Okay, welcome back. Today we are tying a Royal Wulff. I just tied. Unfortunately, I had the camera way too close and out of focus. So let's try it again. Also, I pre-stacked everything. Video is too long. The thread I'm using is Danville 70 denier on top of the hook of, let me see, size 12. It's a 1 extra fine, 2 extra long from Risen Fly Fishing. Tie all the way back to the bend of the hook. Bring it back a few wraps. Take a dab of super glue. Right on top. Pre-stacked some Elk Body hair. Took all the broken tips out. And I want this to be, roll around a little bit. Oh, one more broken tip. Just when you think you got them all. There we go. I want this to be not a full shank length. So right about there. Wrap it in loosely. Bring it back all the way to the bend of the hook. Back forward. If you need more thread out, just unspool it. Don't pull on it quite yet. And now you can start pulling on it a little bit. Bring the thread back to beyond the middle of the hook toward the front. Give it a few good wraps. Bring everything up. Cut it away. Now you can wrap back toward the beginning of the tail now. Still don't put a lot of thread pressure on it, just a little bit. Bring your thread back up to behind the eye, a couple of eye lengths. We're going to tie in a wing. The wing is calf body. Just lost. Put it in my smallest stacker. Just a small clump. Lay it right on top. You want it to extend out over the eye of the hook about 2 eye lengths. I'm going to give it a pinch wrap. This stuff is notoriously tough to deal with, so I'm going to give it a couple loose wraps here to begin with. I'm going to make sure everything's on top before I start screwing around here. Wrap it back up front. Bring everything up top. Tie off in front of it here. See how this looks? That looks pretty good. Alright. Bring this thread back up against the body or against the wing. Bring it all the way back. Wrapping over the body. Now you're going to cut away all this excess. Just lift it up. Oh, don't get your tail. Just trim it up. Doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to wrap right over top of it. Let's get all the long ones out of there. We don't want any sticking out further than the black thread here. Bring it right back, all the way back. Going to even everything out. Like that. Alright, now you're going to tie in your wing. Let me get rid of these couple extra little hairs here that just don't look right. Now you're going to split your thread. Take your wing, turn it sideways so you can see what I'm doing, and take equal portions and pull them to either side. Take a couple wraps up through, pull the wing that's closest to myself here, a couple wraps up through. I'm not putting a lot of thread pressure on at the moment. A couple wraps in front, build it up a little bit. There you go. Pretty even on the wings. A lot of guys like to put wraps up around the post. I don't think it really is necessary. I like my wings to be a little more bushy. Alright, bring your thread all the way back to the base of the tail there. Now we're going to wrap in some peacock herl. I'm going to take one strand of peacock herl. I was wrapping in 2 strands, and I went and got some of my better peacock. And actually 1 strand does a good job. So lay it in right next to you there. Tie in the tip. I like to turn it sideways so I don't catch the point of the hook. Bring that thread up back a little further. Make sure you get all the way back to the base of the tail. One more. Unravel a little bit. Capture it. So you tie it off. Go ahead, cut it away. Give it a couple wraps here. Now we're going to tie in some silk. It's a silk twist. Actually has a couple strands twisted together. I took it apart. Now I have 1 strand. You could use floss or red thread, but you want a hot spot here. This silk worked out pretty good. It's nice and flat. Oh, I should have cut away more, huh? Figured I had enough for one more body here. Alright, if I can get that in there now. There you go. Perfect. It was cutting a little close there, but worked out. Now you're going to add some more peacock. Tie it in same way you did the piece on the rear. Just capture the tip of it. Pull that thread up a little bit. Give it a few wraps. Tie it off. Nice full peacock herl in it. I actually got this, boy, I can't remember. It wasn't at fly tying or craft store. It was online at a feather merchant. Ordered, I think it was 100 feathers or something like that. The full plumes. Alright. Okay, so now we're going to tie in some hackle. Hackle I have, some brown hackle from a saddle I have. Prepped it. I'm going to have the dull side facing forward when I wrap it. So I'm going to tie it dull side up. I chipped a couple extra fibers more on the side facing away from me. So when I wrap it, first wrap doesn't capture any fibers. One piece of hackle and two pieces of hackle. Prepped the same way. Lay it right on top. Give it a few wraps. Pull the wing back. Capture the stem. Give it a couple good wraps. And cut it away. Make sure you reach down there and cut all that excess stem away. You don't want it messing with the eye of the hook. There you go. Now you got tied in. First one, make sure that the dull side is facing forward. Start right up against that peacock curl and wrap it forward. Give it about 4 or 5 wraps behind. Pull your wing back. Wrap up forward. 2, 3, 4. One more I can fit. Easy. Alright. Tie it off. I like to hold that piece of hackle straight up. 2, 3 turns. Now I'm going to take something to cut it off with, and this here is a thread ripper, seam ripper I think it's called. Reaches right in there and cuts it. I'm going to turn the second piece of hackle in the same manner, dull side facing forward. Pull the wing back. Pull that wing straight up, or the hackle straight up. 2, 3, 4. Cut it away in the same manner. Now you're going to take your half-hitch tool. Oh, got the wrong side, do I? No, I didn't have the right side. Push it over top of the eye. One more. Now you got a nice clean eye. Cut away your thread. Do have a couple stragglers I didn't like here that kind of fell over top themselves. Don't want to cut that peacock curl. How's that look? What's that? Alright. I think that's good enough. Okay, there you have it. Add a little Sally Hansen's to it. Just a dab behind the eye, up underneath. Big thing is you don't want to crowd this eye. Very easy to do. So I pull that piece of hackle straight up when I tie it off. I don't know if you can see there how, give you a view on the bottom here, then you can see on the bottom. too if I pull that block in there. Nice clean eye. It's all bushy though. Looks good. Alright. If you like this fly, and you want to see more like it, please subscribe. Give me a like. Give me a comment. Let me know what you like or don't like about it. If you would tie it differently. Boy, that hair is definitely tough to work with, but it works out. It came out nice. Alright, I hope you like it. I'll see you next time. Stay tuned for more. Go fishing.